Welcome to the post Survivor Series review. Sitting here with my dog Jeremy Donovan,
What's
and
up, y'all?
we just watched. I don't know what the fuck we just watched over the last. How long was that show? 3.5 hours.
Yeah, something like that.
Man, it was just like just all over the place, man. Just Raw domination. SmackDown made it look second rate.
Yeah, you would think going into this big Fox TV deal that they'd want to, make SmackDown look as equal or maybe stronger than Raw, but
it made them look like whole bitches out here, whole hoes, like just unbelievable, man. And I don't know, man. What'd you think of the show overall?
Yeah, overall, I would say it was a pretty mediocre pay-per-view. There were some, gems in there like the Mustafa Ali and Buddy Murphy, Charlotte and Ronda Rousey. But besides that, it was pretty rough around the edges.
Yeah. They had a lot of weird things happen because they said this show isn't like a canon show. But you look at it and it's like, wow, Charlotte has this new character happening in it, looking like it's starting.
Right. I mean, the Daniel Bryan match, he was continuing his heel stuff that they did on SmackDown.
And then they turned him to a valiant babyface like halfway through. I don't know exactly what the hell they're doing. But if you guys want to call into the show, give me a call. 72. I'm not gonna give y'all my phone number. But yeah, so I guess let's start at the beginning, man. We had
the 5-on-5 women's traditional match. We're not starting at the pre-show because the pre-show doesn't matter.
Yes.
They announced it on commentary that win that the SmackDown team got did not count as a point. So why are we going to even bother covering it? We're going to start with the women's 5-on-5 traditional elimination match.
If anyone has ever come out here and lied to you and tells you that it matters, like the pre-show, tonight was a clear demonstration of why it does not.
It doesn't matter.
So
we got Team Raw, which is Tamina, Ember Moon, Sasha Banks, Bayley, and you had the team captain Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax. So apparently, they did an angle on the pre-show where they sent home Ruby Riott and Natalya because they got into a fight. So Alexa had to replace them with Bayley and Sasha. And Rich, why did they go through this whole rigmarole to get Bayley and Sasha on the team when from day one they could just put them on the team instead of doing this whole stupid match they did on Raw to set this up? Like,
the only thing I can think of is they were trying to fill time on Monday Night Raw. Besides that, they could have announced it. It wouldn't have made more people subscribe to the network. It wouldn't have changed any of the storyline going in or out of the match. I don't know. One more person for Nia Jax to turn on during the match.
And
I don't know.
It clearly makes Alexa Bliss look dumb. It's like, obviously Ruby Riott and Natalya are feuding. Why would you pick both of them to be on the team?
Yeah, and I don't know. This match, Nia Jax, I think she was like the big story of it. Obviously, she was a sole survivor. She came out there and got more boos than
she got
anyone in a long time.
That Zach Gibson nuclear heat.
Yeah, that Shane McMahon in England heat.
Yeah,
that Roman Reigns after WrestleMania 33 heat.
Oh
and they're running with this face breaker gimmick. So it's a thing now. This is the only business where you can just, fuck something up, injure somebody, get a push off of it. Man, everybody should try that shit.
Going to work, swing on somebody.
Yes.
Where's my raise?
Yes. Bayley and Sasha were dressed like Spark Plug Bob Holly.
Yes.
Out there. It was like, bro. And before we even get further into it, Raw won every single match. I cover Raw every week and SmackDown every week on Lords of Pain Radio. And I'm keeping a running tally of what was the better show each week.
Mm-hmm.
Raw has been the better show than SmackDown 10 out of the last 13 weeks. And what did they do? Reestablish the dominance of Big Bad Monday Night Raw.
Dude, it's funny. We do our predictions on socialsuplex.com. We know a couple of us make our predictions for every pay-per-view, and I ended up predicting Raw going over 5-2. And I remember talking to James. He's like, "You really think that Raw is gonna, be up 5-2?" And look at this. clean sweep.
I don't know what this was, man. But yeah, the women's match, I think, was just a match. They got Naomi out of there relatively quick.
Yeah.
Carmella was out of there. Sonya Deville lasted a while. Mickie James was there. Tamina was out fast. Not really anything memorable, except Nia turning on her own team members. And this was like a theme of the night that I didn't understand.
Right. Everybody turning on their team. You know, what happened to Bram's supremacy?
Yeah. You know, and it's not even the fact they were just turning on their team. They were just fighting them in the middle of the match. It was like they would fight and then they would go back to like having the match against like the other person. It's like, I don't understand this. Like,
and then we had, the Asuka and Bailey. Asuka and Sasha Banks face off.
Yeah.
Which they, coined as a dream match.
Tried to push it as epic after they buried both of them 60 feet deep this year. Sasha Banks hasn't been seen on pay-per-view since Money in the Bank in the Elimination Chamber. Asuka, I don't know when the last time we've seen her on pay-per-view. These people, the audacity of them to come out here and try to push this shit is like dream stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm not feeling that. But
yeah, like you mentioned, Nia Jax turns on Sasha Banks, pushes her off the top rope, gets caught in the Asuka lock. She taps out, and then Nia comes in with the big leg drops and the Samoan drop, and 1, 2, 3, out of there.
Yeah, so like, and that's the theme. Like, they were like, oh yeah, she's gonna be fighting Ronda Rousey next, and she's got all this heat, but apparently she might not be the only one getting booed in that match.
Right.
So. Yeah, man. After that, we had Seth Rollins and Shinsuke Nakamura. My God.
Originally when you hear on paper Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura, you think you'd expect a high work rate, epic classic match. I'm getting visions of Ring of Honor, Tyler Black, and New Japan, Shinsuke Nakamura going head to head and having an epic brawl.
Yeah,
that's not what we got.
That's not what we got, bro. We got
WWE mail it in Shinsuke Nakamura,
methodical
and watered down Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins do nothing in the first half of the match, hit the Falcon Arrow, and then try to turn up towards the end. They had a creative finishing sequence, but I think the match was too far gone by that point, and it was just like. It's just a match.
It was just so slow. Like,
it was really slow.
It was hard to get into the beginning of the match. I was like, okay, I get you want to start off with a slow pace and build it up, but like it took a long time to get to that Falcon Arrow.
I felt like if that match would have happened on TakeOver, like people would have been like, get this shit out of here. Like because like just the crowd wasn't into it at the beginning. They weren't really working to get them into it. And just seeing like Nakamura just looks so washed at this point. It's sad almost because this is not the guy that was there in New Japan in 2015.
Yeah, Josh, my co-host from Keeping It Strong Style, made a good point. In New Japan, there were moments when Nakamura would mail it in, and a lot of fans would complain that, Nakamura only turns it on for, Wrestle Kingdom, Dominion, G1, New Japan Cup, and he would just mail it in the rest of the year. Because he figured it out. Well, he figured it out in WWE day one after the Sami Zayn match. He's like, I don't have to do much to get a reaction and to get over. And that's exactly what has happened, especially on the main roster. He knows exactly what he needs to do to have his little match, get his paycheck, and go home and go to the next city.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It just, like I said, like Seth Rollins, stole everything from Tanahashi except how to have a great match with Nakamura. So, after that, we had a tag team match, just absolute geekdom. And then we also had another story going on in the building. At this time, it was going around on Twitter that Enzo Amore was in the building in a disguise in a white hoodie, second row.
Behind the long-haired dude.
Yeah, and y'all know exactly what long-haired dude we talking about. But this fool jumps up on the chair. Have you seen the video, Jeremy?
Yeah, I saw you in the BWB.
Yeah, man. So this fool jumps up on the the chairs and starts doing his catchphrase, hijacks the middle of the bar AOP match. Security. Do you remember the lady that yanked Gronk up at WrestleMania 33?
Yeah.
Same lady yanked this fool out the air. Like,
she don't play.
Come here.
She don't play.
They said she needs to fight Ronda next. Like, so I saw someone on with that. But, yeah, they got that fool out of here. And immediately I started like putting 2 and 2 together. Apparently, he has some new music coming out. You won't get me plugging like his music or anything, so don't ask me where to find it, what's it called, anything. But I figured it was a publicity stunt, try to build
his shirt was like a knockoff of his NXT, the blue and gold. It said "I'm doing just fine" or something like that on it.
Yeah,
it's like nobody asked. Like,
yeah, we didn't ask, Chief.
Like, I haven't been joined 205 without you, pal. Like, stay where you at.
Yeah, man. But yeah, like in the middle of that match was a horrible match between AOP and the Bar, highlighted by the GM of 205 Live, Drake Maverick, pissing on himself. So they did all that. And this match was just a match. 2 big lumbering teams, heel versus heel. The Bar were baby faces. Yeah. They got all the heat on Cesaro. Didn't let him run wild or anything. Had Sheamus get in for a hot tag, and it wasn't
a lukewarm tag.
A lukewarm tag, and it never quite got there. AOP ended up getting the win, but like I said, Drake Maverick he didn't get pissed on. He pissed on himself. And
bro, I can just picture Vince McMahon backstage just loving that. You see that? You see that, pal?
The piss.
Made him piss himself. Yes.
But yeah, man, these dudes immediately after that, they throw to the video package with Buddy Murphy and Mustafa Ali, and all of a sudden you got to take Drake Maverick serious again. Immediately after this guy pissed on himself. So this is like one of those things where we're being asked to turn our brains off when we're watching. It's like, I can't take this guy serious.
Right.
He just pissed himself.
And it completely buries the 205 product. Triple H is working so hard to get that show over. They're having great matches every week, and he's turned it into a serious product. But then you have stuff where you have Drake Maverick, a babyface.
With credibility.
Yeah, credible babyface general manager on 205, but all of a sudden he's a heel Raw manager
pissing on himself
on AOP. It makes no sense.
Yeah. We did get the Cruiserweight title match. They got about 12 minutes. Can you believe they gave Nakamura and Rollins 21 minutes? It felt like it too.
Yeah.
But it was like, I don't know. Like, it felt longer than that.
Yeah, it felt like it dragged on forever. But yeah, I really enjoyed this Buddy Murphy Mustafa Ali match. These guys came out here to steal a show, and they had a great match. I mean, Mustafa Ali was just bumping like a maniac all over the place.
This was the story of the match. Like, Mustafa Ali was like, what do I have to fall off of? How many times do I have to do it?
Like, what do I have to jump off of to get y'all people to respect us? And by the end of the match, the people did. I mean, there was 205 chants. This is awesome chants. So they definitely, they took a cold crowd, turned it hot, and got them behind them. And, build some credibility for both of those guys and a little bit of the 205 brand. Yeah,
like it wasn't sustained, but it did happen. We did get some "This is awesome" chants. We did get like some type of love.
Yeah, I think they ended it at the right time. Like, the crowd was super into it, and I think the finish came at the right time.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring James on here, right here, get him on as well. Put the speakerphone on.
But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to see who's next for Buddy Murphy. I mean, he's a guy who's been working really hard. I expect him to have a pretty lengthy title run. And Mustafa Ali, the story is not over. There's money in the chase. And I think, it's the right move to have Mustafa Ali chase a little bit more and maybe have him win the belt WrestleMania 35.
Right. And Buddy just won the belt back in October. So taking it off him and just throwing it to Ali. I mean, you have Cedric still waiting in the wings. So I don't know if they want to just go to that yet. Like you said, there's still plenty of time for him to get on there. I think I got James here. Hello? All right, hold on. Actually, hold on. Let me get you on the speaker. James?
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah,
there we go.
Gotcha. Yeah, man. So, So, what was the next match after that, Jeremy?
So after the Cruiserweight title match, we go to the men's 5-on-5 traditional elimination match. Braun Strowman, Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre, Finn Balor, Bobby Lashley, with the captain, acting Raw general manager Baron Corbin against Shane McMahon, Jeff Hardy, The Miz, Samoa Joe, and Rey Mysterio.
Bro, Shane McMahon, when is he gonna stop this? Bro, this man ends up the last man on the team for the second year in a row. And he just looks like an absolute clown out there.
Dude,
like
that man looks so blown up. And it's not even like,
it was like he's that's a shoot. Like
Yes.
he's not selling, he's about to die in the ring.
Yes.
James, what do you think of this Shane stuff?
I mean, I feel like you know, I think it's a really good idea to protect your top star in the in the brand. I guess I don't know. As you mentioned, the second year in a row where he's been the final person to be eliminated for Team SmackDown on the men's side. This look, to be fair, say what you want to. I enjoyed this match 1,000 times, or maybe not 1,000, 100 times more than last year when they did all the weird, you know, Triple H screwy stuff, and they got all the guys that could really work out of there pretty fast. But I feel like the drama amongst teammates on the Raw side was far more interesting and important than the actual match, and I kind of feel like that's a problem.
Yeah, Shane or Samoa Joe got thrown out immediately, and it was like, wow, they just lost like their tough guy. So you have Shane McMahon, you have The Miz, you have Rey Mysterio, and
Brother Nero
and Jeff Hardy. Like who's the guy like that you won't fight out of those guys? Like, is Shane the toughest looking individual left?
Hey, he's a striker. He's a shooter.
He is the best in the world.
Right, best in the world, MMA fighter.
Yeah, you know, shoot fighter Shane. So once Joe was out of there, I was like, wow, they're really like cleaning SmackDown the fuck up tonight. Like,
beat that man like a geek.
What did you make of the dominance, James? We touched on it a little bit at the beginning, but we're probably gonna go more into it. What do you think of this? Like how they just own SmackDown? Like bro, like we do the show every week. It's 10 out of the last 13 weeks that SmackDown has owned them.
Right. I think the saying. I mean, you look at the output amongst all of them. Where like it's Jeff Hardy and it's Ray and it's Miz and it's you throw Shane in there with Joe. You think of the work they've done. Those or not Shane, but the four. In particular, compared to the work that has been done amongst like the 5 people that are on Raw, like on TV, those old guys, the old guys plus Miz, I guess you throw him as an old guy too. The old guys outperformed like McIntyre, Ziggler, Strowman, Bobby Lashley, and Finn over like since SummerSlam. So it's like it's really weird to see that, but obviously they're pushing the Strowman thing where like all of this is made for him to run through the whole entire SmackDown team like a hot knife through butter to get what he wants, which is another shot against Brock. I mean that's fine, but I since you're trying to sell both shows, maybe not make one look so bad. Like I have no problem with Raw sweeping or even Raw winning or Raw winning that match, but like can it be not so dominant? Like they won with three survivors.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucked them up all the way.
And one of them was Bobby Lashley, who they have no problem beating on TV in the bottom of hours on Raw.
And it made SmackDown look real bad. Like when Raw was fighting each other, why did SmackDown break it up?
Yeah,
they should let those two just kill each other and then take advantage.
They tried to pump SmackDown up when they said they have a pack-like mentality, and they were beating on them outside the ring and setting Strowman up for the patented Shane McMahon elbow spot that has happened a million times.
Yeah.
They've done it 3 times since he's been back that I can remember, and he's not landed a single one of them. It's really amazing.
Flying
how
nothing.
How many of those coast to coast do you think he actually landed?
Bro, I was going to bring that up next. James, we will never know, and we'll never know because the camera cut to make sure we didn't find out.
Well, this is what I'll say. At least they didn't do what they did at Crown Jewel, where you were like, he missed that, and then they replayed, showing for sure that he missed it. Like at least like we just left to kind of make an educated guess about it, as opposed to when they like leave no doubt that this dude is out here doing a spot that he whiffed on, and we're exposing the business.
Yeah, man. Shane McMahon, he came out there with his punches and everything else, and all the jokes. Like, if you want some jokes for the evening, the next 24 hours or so, just type in Shane McMahon on Twitter. People were letting him have it. And they were like, this is like some real like daddy issues type shit. Like, he's trying to make this shit up to Shane for all, everything that's ever gone wrong in life. Like, he's trying to make this shit up, like, and be like, you're gonna be the best in the world. You're gonna do all this fantasy life, essentially, of Shane McMahon being this great competitor.
Me and Caleb had a conversation about that on Twitter, like after Crown Jewel, and I was like, look, man, in storyline, the make good for that sort of thing, out of storyline, right? He's giving that man a check and parading that man off in matches he has no business being in real life. And then in storyline, the make good is you lost to the Undertaker. You're supposed to go to fuck home 3 years ago. You've been on TV ever since.
Yeah, motherfuckers.
And he's still a babyface.
Not for long.
What are you gonna do? Turn heel on a heel, Daniel Bryan?
They're turning everyone heel.
At this rate, yeah, this rate, everybody in the company is gonna be a heel.
Yeah, literally. Johnny Gargano's a heel.
I mean, look, not only that. Like right now, apparently, or maybe I don't know, but like the entire SmackDown Women's division, like the top two people in that division are both heels now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was the next match, Jeremy?
Well, before we get that, we skipped something. We had the epic promo video for the coming of Lars Sullivan.
Oh my God!
Roster. Are you guys ready for Lars to show us what he's got on the main roster?
Oh my God!
Did they mention what brand he's gonna be on?
They did not.
They just said coming soon.
They did that for a reason, I think.
Yeah.
Bro.
Like, what would be the best fit for him?
He has to be a heel, right?
Yeah.
I guess like you can't have him out there again. You can't have him on the same brand as Braun, right?
No. There's no way you can do
that. Probably SmackDown.
Yeah. 5-star Lars Sullivan, a man with a 5-star match on his record, is coming to the Monday night, the main roster. He's a big hefty motherfucker. Like, he's not really a good wrestler. We've known that this guy has been he's one of the homegrown ones. He's been, kind of what they're looking for. He, as far as his size and everything like that, but he's not really good. And I don't think he translates on TV as well as he does in person. We've seen him several times.
I wonder how big is he going to look on the main roster.
I hope they don't stand him next to Randy Orton.
Yeah,
not at all. Like he's lucky that Randy Orton is a heel right now. That's another thing. How many fucking heels are you going to have on a male singles roster?
Bro, there's no baby faces worth a damn.
Like, we have AJ, we have Jeff, and we have Ray. That's it.
Yeah.
The fourth baby face right now is Rusev.
Yeah, they got to come up with something. Something.
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan saw the writing on the wall, was like, fuck it. The only people y'all pushing is heels. So
I'll go heel.
Then. Fuck.
Up next,
Lars Sullivan. My God, Lars Sullivan is the shit.
Imagine watching Takeover and think after you mentioned the homegrown thing and say you're thinking about after watching Takeover okay.
There was only one homegrown guy on the show, James.
I'm getting to that.
Oh,
they had the show. They had that show. Then and then the next night. And then you say they want to bring up a homegrown person, and then the person you don't bring up is Velveteen Dream. You bring in fucking Lars.
Yeah. That's so terrible. Yeah, it's what even is this?
Because Triple H is like, nah, don't ruin my Velveteen.
Yeah. So I would say they'll ruin Lars Sullivan on the main roster, but it doesn't really matter. It just doesn't.
Oh yeah.
So then we also had the announcement that it'll be Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins at TLC for the Intercontinental title.
Oh, mid-card ass feud.
Yep.
And it just seems like Rollins was just so shocked and just in disbelief that he would be announced to fight a man that he's feuding with for the last month. Rollins is such an idiot.
Dude, both these guys are supposed to be main eventers, and they're stuck in a mid-card feud. What is going on?
With each other.
Yeah.
I don't get it, man. What would you make of this?
Remember all that great heat that them like using the cancer announcement was going to be for the feud. Remember how like how people just were like, yeah, it's going to be such a big deal. It's a mid-card feud. Like Ambrose is like the number 2 heel. Like he feels like number 2 heel. No one's like really mad at him. I mean, people like they're booing him because of course you're supposed to boo him. I mean, because Seth Rollins is a great baby. It's a really good baby face, but like nah, like you compare that to and then you compare it to their previous like feuds or whatever else, and it's like this ain't even close. At least not yet. There's still time, but like they better get going.
Yeah. I'm glad to see that they're actually going to get in the ring though. Because if I have to deal with more melodramatic, burning of, symbolism and all this other shit, I'm good, bro.
Yeah. Emo Dean.
Yeah.
Emo Dean.
Sergio says, when is EC3 getting called up? He doesn't fit in NXT. It could be any moment now. Like, we don't know how any of this call shit works.
Right. I mean,
that's another one. What do you think would do better on the main roster long term? EC3 or Lars?
I mean, Lars gets to be a monster, and then I guess when that monster shine wears off, it's a wrap, right?
He did a comedy act next.
So if you're EC3, you have a look, you can talk, but your wrestling sucks.
And you can, but the thing is, he can do any kind of talking. Like, he's versatile. Like, he could be a goofball because he is a goofball. And he can be serious because look at him, right? So when it comes to Lars, like the second that man starts losing, it's a wrap for him.
Yeah. And EC3's wrestling is pretty much on the level as what they're doing on the main roster now anyway.
Yeah,
so.
That's true. He won't be no worse than anybody else.
Exactly.
I guess, the WWE house style, that great roster they have.
That 3.25 style.
Jesus. Yeah, so up next, what was the next match?
So next we had Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair.
This was fascinating. This was very fascinating. I love the pace of this match. Yes. I love the intensity, the physicality.
Charlotte out here, she's about to shoot on Ronda Rousey.
Shooter Charlotte Flair, new gimmick. I thought Ronda did well as well in the match. Like, she did a good job with everything like she was doing, and I don't know. I think the bloom is off the rose though. Like, her own crowd turned on her at the end.
Crowd was booing Ronda Rousey. After the beatdown, thank you, Charlotte. You deserve it. Na, goodbye.
Becky Lynch chants.
Yes.
See, for me, I thought that it was just people were cheering the turn until she got up after taking that savage beating. She got up. She got her fucking trachea pulmonized, and she got up and walked it off. She didn't get stretchered out. She didn't get assistance. She literally walked off.
Yeah, that's a move they did like in 2005 with Shawn Michaels and Kane. Shawn Michaels had to be stretchered out. Like, Kane was out here breaking people's necks with that thing, and Ronda just walks it off.
Get up and walks it off, right?
Dust it off.
So as far as the match, like I said, a lot of like great physicality, going back and forth, and then all of a sudden Charlotte just snaps and hits her with a kendo stick and seemingly turns heel. And the announcers are freaking out. Why would she do this and everything like that? So my read on it, James, is they figure, well, we can just do with Charlotte what we did with Becky, and now Charlotte can get hot too.
Right. We can make Charlotte the man.
Yeah. And then
go ahead.
Yeah, and be like, yep, and we still have, and we could do either match now.
Either match, huh?
Like they saw it. Like, we're gonna take everything we did with Becky and apply it to Charlotte now. And Charlotte was already getting cheered for tonight.
There is no either match. They're definitely doing Charlotte and Ronda again.
Like, bro, like we've probably been hoodwinked.
Yes.
So either you're getting Charlotte and Ronda, or you're getting a three-way, which for me is like, don't do a triple threat.
Yeah.
Like, just pick one of them. I don't care. So I love this match. I thought the finish was gaga bullshit, but whatever. I was watching it thinking, as she was losing her mind, that like, given the matches she had at Evolution in this match, like in the ring anyway, she might be like the most emotive wrestler in the company in the ring, but then you still get like her promos are still with that weird ass delivery. Whether they face or heel is still just not there. But like in the ring, like Charlotte's at a point now where like you're like watching, you feel her pain when she's selling, and it's awesome right now with her. And also like she actually brought the physical element that Nia kind of had to a Rousey match, which is like, I'm so much taller or bigger than you that like you can actually buy her, like Ronda selling for Charlotte's stuff as opposed to Nikki or
Alexa. Yeah. Like Charlotte, like a grown ass woman in there. She looks so much bigger than Ronda.
Yeah, and they were hitting the hell out of each other. Like Charlotte brought it. I mean, I felt like the beginning of the match was awesome. And then it got to a point where it kind of lulled. Not much, but it lulled a bit. And then we got towards, every other move is like, I'm trying to get an armbar on you. I'm trying to get an armbar on you. And like they're going for their finishes or whatever. I really enjoyed the match. I really did. Yeah,
I love the wrestling in there. There was a lot of great armbar reversals, and there's a lot of great reversals out of moves. I thought, Charlotte looked really good. Ronda looks really good. They have a lot of people in the PC who have been wrestling a lot longer than Ronda and don't look as good as Ronda looks in her matches.
Yeah, I think that's because like she's been hit before and she's sparred. She's used to getting hit at like even so like opposed to. I mean, like there is a difference between some of the women on the roster and amongst like some of their physicality and their ability to take a hit or deliver a hit. And like, that this match had that. And Ronda, since day one has appeared to be a person that, is physical. So, that's nothing more than, adds to the roster. So like, keep them coming. Like her matches have been great this year. Yeah. Aside from like the one.
She got hit the turnbuckle of doom, got her lip busted open.
Okay, so to me, that was for like. So do you think that was on purpose, or do you think that was fortuitous juice?
I think it was a hard way.
Yeah, it was an accident.
Yeah, I think so too. Like, I don't think she intentionally elbowed her, but like it worked out perfectly.
Yeah. Did you catch the Enzo?
Like, okay, so also one more thing. Ronda, this was the best gear she ever had. Like the makeup. I'm not talking about the makeup. This was the best gear she's ever had.
Yeah. Somebody said whoever does her makeup is really the person who hates her the most in WWE. I saw someone say that on Twitter. Did you catch any of the Enzo situation, James?
I mean, I didn't. I wasn't on Twitter, but like I did peep that they were chanting "How you doing?" And then I saw somebody with his hair, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, I guess he's there." And then I saw the crowd wasn't paying attention to that tag match, and then I was like, oh, okay, he showed up there. I don't know how he got through and security or whatever else. Showed his ass, and then they escorted him out, and then people were saying, let him stay, and then people started chanting, we want Enzo, and the other half of the crowd was like, correctly said, no, we don't.
Yeah. He got through security because he looks like a regular guy, a fan. That's why. They don't know better. Oh, look at this little skinny kid coming in to watch his wrestling.
Wow.
And we've got, I'm skeptical of the Charlotte turn on Ronda. I was like, where are Ronda's friends? Like, where's Natalya? Where are Horseman chicks? Like, they just let her get whooped the fuck on. Just dragged. And now when Charlotte goes back to SmackDown, it's like, well, I beat her up, right? And then I think she assumes the heel role, and now Becky kind of falls into that natural babyface now. So we got the double turn, except Becky wasn't involved.
I'm thinking the same thing too. But I'm wondering if. But the thing is, she's going to show up on TV, and they're going to cheer her because she beat the hell out of Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they want to, really dig into that until they know when Becky's going to be back.
Yeah. So what do you make of them turning on Ronda? Because I look, man, I said it was coming from day one. and is here in full force.
I mean, we've all talked about this. About like, yeah, it's going to come eventually. It's just, I didn't think it was going to be Charlotte Flair to get it to that point. You know.
Yeah.
But
really, we can.
And also, do you know the part where like somebody after she was walking off, after getting her fucking windpipe crushed, and she walked it off. She's walking to the back and she's selling a limp, and you see all the kendo stick welts on her. And
she got fucked up.
Yeah. Some man in the crowd says, Becky. He literally said something along the lines of Becky Lynch or Becky's the man or we want Becky or something. And then she looked at her, and then she looked right at this dude. Like you can see her doing it, and she goes, "You're not a man." So either A, she misheard what the dude said, or B, she was really upset that she sold her ass off and took that beating and gotten zero sympathy.
None.
And we can't.
And that fucking look that she gave the crowd,
yeah,
like, bro, she was pissed.
Yes, it was Charlotte Flair there, but we have to give some credit to Becky Lynch. Like, if Becky didn't get pulled out, I don't think it would have been as bad.
Yeah, like, I wonder if this is the same like plan they have for Becky to do to Ronda if they would have had that match.
No.
Yeah, Ronda would beat her, tapped her out,
took all her heat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ronda's a man.
Yeah. But yeah, she gave the crowd like this look that really like felt like there was something there, like that I think we're gonna need to explore. Like, we will have a dialogue, as they say. But yeah, main event: Daniel Bryan and Brock Lesnar, champion versus champion. This match would have made a whole lot more sense had Daniel Bryan not turned heel last week. And I think the first 8 or so minutes of the match proved that.
Yeah, they have the heel out there just getting destroyed, and nobody cared because Daniel Bryan's a heel now.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, beat him.
Fuck him up.
But Daniel Bryan is so good.
He fucking pulled him in.
He's so good
and I knew something was happening the whole time. I was like, I wasn't freaking out at first, like something's going on. Like, he's going to get a comeback. He's going to get a comeback. And then I didn't like the fact they were dropping him on his head. And I was just like,
well, the first suplex was the one that dropped him on his head. The other ones were like, the first one he dropped him on his head, I was like, yo, this is going to be bad. And then every other suplex, every other suplex he seemed to not land on his head to me.
Yeah.
I'd have to go back and rewatch it. But I was like really looking to see if he landed on his head after the first one. But that was the only one, luckily.
Bro, so do you remember during the Strowman and Brock match how animated you got into this? So when Daniel Bryan kicked this dude in the nuts and hit him with hit him with the knee, bro, I thought he counted 3. I celebrated like Daniel Bryan had won.
This man Rich was running around this place, man.
Yes.
You really thought for even a single second in this match he was gonna win.
Yes,
bro.
Because like bro, he pulled me in because it was like, oh, that's why they've been saying all this stuff about Daniel Bryan has this plan. He looks like he's up to something. Blah blah blah. So and he just won the world title by kicking his opponent in the nuts and hitting the knee. So when that happened, it was like, oh my god, he's gonna fucking win. Like, and then
Also, because of this match, so Brock Lesnar is now the second person to ever kick out of the bicycle league.
Wow. Wow.
Roman Reigns at Fastlane 2015, and Daniel and Brock tonight.
Roman and Brock linked together again.
Crazy. Crazy. Yeah. So like, that was unquestionably Brock Lesnar's best match of the year. That second half of that match.
Second half or last 40% of the show, or maybe like even 1/3 of the match.
Yeah,
whatever
How
it
long
was.
that match?
You got the time on that, Jeremy?
Let me see if I can pull it up.
They
I guess you only put it up quickly on the wiki.
Right.
I'm gonna pull it up on.
It was it was an interesting match, and it was like, I don't think it's the match that Daniel Bryan wanted to have with him, because obviously him fighting from underneath is a valiant babyface, and fighting him man to man rather than running from him most of the time obviously would have been a better look. And seeing all this is just like, I don't know, man. Like, Brock is fucking Brock at this point. Daniel Bryan made that match when he, he fucked him up like with the kicks. He made Brock collapse basically with the knee deal when he had him up for the F5.
18 minutes and 50 seconds.
18 minutes and 50 seconds. Not bad. So Daniel Bryan, when he had Brock in the yes lock, you can just see the crowd rise behind Daniel Bryan, hoping that Lesnar taps out. And it looks like he's going to tap Lesnar out. And I was just like, tap, motherfucker, tap. Like,
right, but the thing is for me is like it's the same exact match as last year, except AJ had him in the calf crusher and he got out by like pounding his head in.
Yeah.
It's the same exact match. Brock Lesnar beats the piss out of you, and then the crowd turns on the match, calls it boring because they think because they feel like you're about to give us the same old boring, repetitive match you've been giving us since SummerSlam 2014, and then. Like, once the crowd starts, he basically, I'm going to whoop on you and suplex you and beat you until the crowd finally turns on the match. And then you're going to throw random punches, and I'm going to sell as if, like, you actually ever landed any offense on me throughout the first 8 minutes of this match. And then I start selling ridiculously, and then you start throwing out all of your signature moves, big moves, signature submissions, and for a spot or whatever else. And then you're going to get your one more shot in, and then I'm going to pin you. Like, that's the same match. They had the same exact matches.
I think Daniel Bryan had
less botches. Except this one had less botches because Bryan more or less idiot-proofed it to where he couldn't fuck up anything.
Yeah, I thought there were like several like submission opportunities. I thought they were going to go for like a guillotine at one point.
Yeah.
And
they did.
A bear hug.
Yeah.
And they made Brock look like a big goof in this match. Like the whole
he was stupid.
The stair spot and just a couple other spots. He looked like a big idiot.
Yeah.
So I don't blame that. Okay, so yes, that was terrible. But what I will say is it wouldn't look as terrible if that cameraman was over further towards the corner where he should have been to be able to shield the angle to where you see that he's clearly running to the steps and Daniel Bryan is actually on the steps. They screwed that cameraman screwed them over.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But yeah, this is a thing. Like, we finally got Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan. Maybe not the way we wanted it, but what'd you guys think?
Like you mentioned, the beginning of the match, it was very similar to every Brock Lesnar match we've seen the last, 5 years now. Then, Daniel Bryan had to come back, started getting very interesting from that. I bought into a lot of the near falls with the low blow on the knee, the second knee, the yes lock. So Daniel Bryan did a great job, getting me invested in the match and the fans in the audience invested in the match. It's a very intriguing match towards the end, and I thought it can go either way, but of course it went the way we all thought it would go with Brock getting the win.
But I think it's a testament to Daniel Bryan for him to even get you to believe that he was going to win.
Yeah.
And he still got it. Yeah. Like in a big way, in a main event way. That look immediately wins the title, already better than AJ, already in the main event out here at a Big Four. Unbelievable. But yeah, what do you make of the domination, bro? The 6-0 domination of Monday Night Raw.
Like, I understand. Okay, so 2016 they had 3 matches in Raw. Raw won the women's match and they won the tag match, and then SmackDown won the men's match. Then last year, SmackDown or Raw won 4-3, but they won all the matches that mattered. Like they won the men's match, they won the women's match, the women's singles match, they won the men's singles match. And also Raw, and also they won the women's match too because Asuka was on Raw at the time, and that was actually her first part of the push at that point in time. So, and then this year it's okay, Raw just sweep. So it's okay, so we need to just not ever do this again now, right? Because it's now 3-0.
Yeah. I think they embarrassed SmackDown. There's no way to take them serious, as even a B brand at this point. If you're just gonna make them look like such nerds, such geeks on every single solitary level. It's like, you might as well not even like lie to us anymore and try to present this as like it's even. Like,
yeah, clearly they still have Raw position as a top brand, even with this Fox TV deal coming up. It's like, what are you guys doing?
It don't even matter. Like, like Raw is still gonna be number one while they're getting like you. People think the ratings are gonna go up like on SmackDown, and they might, but they ain't about to throw Raw away.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I do, but actually I don't. Like, there was no excuse for Raw to sweep them. That's stupid. Like, it makes no sense. Like, and also, I mean, I guess on one extent for the men's match, you could say, well, if they had AJ Styles and Randy Orton in the match, it would have been different. But it's not even that. Like, or at least they didn't say that, so we can't even take it as that. Like, at that point, we're just making up our own story. It was, I don't know. Like, what will you do? Will you give us a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle, 2 thumbs up, 2 thumbs down? What will y'all do?
I think this is like a thumbs in the middle towards down.
Yeah, I would say in the middle, just because there were some kind of gem moments of like the Cruiserweight title match, the Charlotte and Ronda, the end of the Daniel Bryan and Brock Lesnar match. But yeah, in the middle, kind of like getting, teetering down.
Yeah, like, I really thought Nakamura and Rollins was just average, and
I like that match more than y'all did.
Yeah, I just saw it and it was like, if this was happening at NXT, I feel like it would be so much better right now. Like, why was this any like if they got 21 minutes to do their thing, right? Why wasn't this as good as like
right.
like
the Sami
whatever
Zayn match.
Like, why wasn't this as good as the Sami Zayn match or whatever, right? And
because those indie guys don't know how to work. That's why.
Yeah, yeah.
Send them boys back to the PC.
Yeah,
I give the show 1 thumb up. I love because like the main event turned into like I got 1/3 of a classic match, similar to last year. I got another great Ronda match. And then, like, you throw in the Cruiserweight match where they killed themselves to get the crowd to care about the end. And then you throw in, and I actually legitimately like the Nakamura-Rollins match. So, for me, I give it 1 thumb up.
Breaking news, and this has nothing to do with WWE, but it has been made official. Hiroki Goto will defend the Never Openweight Championship against Kota Ibushi at the World Tag League Finals.
Which means Kota Ibushi is going to win the belt at the finals and defend against Will Ospreay at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yes, sir.
We're getting the match.
Don't play with me.
We getting the match.
Getting it. We get it. It got to be it. This is the only big show they can do it to get this belt off Goto and then get it on Ibushi.
I am not falling for it until they finally deliver. How many times this year I have begged and pleaded for a Ospreay Ibushi match. I got teased with the New Orleans. I've been stuck. It's been in my mind ever since then. And I got teased on a different show or not too long ago. I'm not doing it. The same. I'm treating it the same way that I treated like Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam 2013. I'm not believing that they're going to make him champion until I see him with the belt in his hand after winning a match. I'm just not. I'm not falling for it. Like, you might have to do the same thing that they did back then, where the confetti falls down from you actually start believing. But I'm not. For now, I'm not believing that shit until I see it. Sorry.
All right, but I'm just saying this.
After watching this show, should you trust any wrestling promoter?
I trust Ghetto more than I trust Vince McMahon. That's
true. But my thing is, like, WWE is like that big X you have, like, ruins so many things for you, like, for like future relationships you have. You like that. I've been burnt by this before. Like, you have relationship PTSD. Like, Vince ruins you forever.
Ruined it.
Promoter. Like, you just can't.
You ruined it, damn it! You ruined it. So they said Ronda Rousey's eye makeup was a tribute to Jim Ross and his fall. Check the BWB. Check this out.
Oh my gosh.
So someone said that on Twitter.
Okay, so what are you looking forward to tomorrow and on Tuesday?
On Monday Night Raw, nothing. Like literally, like they whooped all this ass, right? But they still got to go fight each other. SmackDown essentially has to like start over and explain literally everyone on the show.
Wait, Rich, you're not looking forward to Braun Strowman getting his hands on Baron Corbin? He's allowed to touch Corbin now.
Fuck no. Right? So SmackDown, they essentially have to reset their universe, right? Because Becky, we don't know if she's going to be on TV. Charlotte's going to have to, quote unquote, explain herself. Daniel Bryan is probably going to appear, obviously. AJ might be back to address what the fuck's going on. And I feel like those three things are going to like just make SmackDown watch Raw. So we'll be right back to regularly scheduled programming with SmackDown being a better show.
Yeah.
Is there any chance that they made a faction out of Corbin and McIntyre and Lashley?
I hope not.
Oh boy.
I hope not.
That's a horrible idea.
It kind of felt like they assembled three guys, and it's like, dude, why would you do some McIntyre? Like, what did I thought you were trying to push McIntyre and get him over. Like, why are you putting him next to these fucking dead weights?
Yeah. Yeah, this is yeah. If there's one thing on Survivor Series I can recommend is the Charlotte beatdown on Ronda with that kendo stick.
Yes.
Wore her the fuck out.
Beat Ronda like she owe her money.
But
like it was her, the look on her face after she did it was like she was pissed and almost like she was scared of what she just did herself. Like she was scared of how bad she was. It was crazy. Like it was bewildering. Like it was like I'm sure I've seen that kind of look in wrestling before, but like I just can't remember the last time I saw it.
It was psychopathic. It was violent, brutal. Like I loved every second of it. Like
that was like
it was full whoop that trick mode. Like it was real.
That was like late 90s ECW, like Raven and Tommy Dreamer stuff right there.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But
I would have been like that match is perfect, and like when you put the post match, like it's perfect or whatever for whatever direction they're going until she walked out until she got up with her and walked off with on her own like faculties with after getting Pillmanized on the throat. Like, I just couldn't. Like, yo,
yeah, there
are some things that are just like, like you're throwing tougher than a fucking metal thing and squished on it. Like, no, get out of here with that. Like, didn't they have Braun Strowman sell that with Kane? With a steel chair just like earlier in the year or like late last year.
And he was like gone.
Yeah.
Braun Strowman, the guy that flips over like trucks and shit.
Damn. Becky Lynch on Twitter 2 hours ago. Unrelated to anything, but in Ireland, the slang word for toilet is jacks.
She's better than everybody on Twitter.
Yeah. I didn't catch what you thought of the Ronda booze. We got you on late, the Nia booze.
Oh, well, I mean, of course. Like, we knew that was going to happen, especially when she started doing, she did the hand or the fist thing on Twitter. Like, I mean, I've been mentioning y'all saying, like, they're going to bully her. They're going to bully her on, like, the crowd's going to bully her, aren't they? Yeah, luckily there were no chants that broke out that were going to range it to, tasteless, at least that I heard. So that's positive. But she got herself some heat, but like it ain't gonna do her no good. She's not good at this.
Yeah, like she's got all this heat, and now she has to fight Ronda, who people done turned on. So it's like they keep getting people at the wrong time. Yeah, essentially, like with this shit.
Oh, the thing is, like they'll cheer Rousey over is gonna work. So that's probably fine.
Yeah, they had all that millennial talk and thought we was gonna have some simpy. Nah, chief.
No simpy.
No chief. But I guess that'll wrap it up. Thank you guys for tuning in here in the Wrestling Square Circle Facebook group. I'm gonna download this and try to get up on the feed. Thanks to Jeremy for doing the post show here.
No problem. It's fun.
And James for calling in. And yeah.
Normally when it's somebody from Keepin It Strong Style, on the show, they always talk about like trying to take my job, but this is the baby face here instead of the heels.
I was just filling in. I was pulling a Charlotte. You were the Becky. I'm just pulling a Charlotte. Coming in for you.
Hey, if you want to say I'm the most over person in the industry, who am I to disagree?
Well, yeah, man, that's gonna wrap it up. We are up out of here. Peace.
See you.